Bad boys are not always cool. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst boyfriends in teen dramas. For this list, we're taking a look at the worst in-universe boyfriends in TV teen dramas. Number 10, Dawson Leery, Dawson's Creek.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, first of all, is he really just a friend or is he something more than that?
Dawson is a nice guy. Everyone in Capeside knows it, Pacey and Joey know it, and most importantly, Dawson knows it. Whether dating Joey or Jen, Dawson has a habit of putting his significant others on pedestals. Although this comes less from a place of idolization and more out of an egotistical belief that a nice guy like him deserves perfection.
See, Jen and I go way back. She was with me long before she ever even entered into your fantasies.
You with everyone else?
Dawson always finds a way to justify his actions, be it reading Joey's diary or reacting poorly to the news that Jen has experienced.
Tell you what, Jen. I feel like you want me to say something. I don't know what it is.
Well, then let me help you out. You could tell me why you've been avoiding me all day, or what's behind that look in your eyes, whether it's repulsion or jealousy or complete disapproval, because I know I've never seen it from you before.
Even if Dawson's greenness explains some of his less flattering moments, that does not make him a good boyfriend. Number 9, Archie Andrews, Riverdale.
That means you haven't known the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school football.
Torn between football and music, Archie cannot quite decide what he wants. A theme that also defines the guy's love life. Along with hooking up with basically every eligible woman on the show, Archie tends to treat his partners as disposable, often proving to be rather inconsiderate to their feelings.
Ever since we started dating, you've ignored me. You've ditched me.
Val, please, let me make it up to you.
Sorry, Archie, but unlike you, I won't be bought.
Even while in an apparently happy relationship, Archie seems to constantly be on the hunt for something new, or in the case of Betty, something old.
I need Betty Cooper.
More than anything, Archie is just too self-absorbed to fully commit, as demonstrated by his on and off relationship with Veronica, although that could change once he matures a little.
I signed us up for a duet. That Donnie Darko song you love. Or hopefully strongly like, at least.
Archie.
Or can you not do that either?
Number 8, Jess Mariano, Gilmore Girls.
Jess.
Rory, stop! Just stop! I did not invite you up here. You came up here on your own.
If there was one thing Gilmore Girls clearly established, it's that Rory knows how to pick 'em. While Dean had more than his fair share of frustrating moments, Jess takes the cake for being Rory's worst boyfriend.
So you can't control when you look at me, but you have to force yourself to look at him? Sorry, man, that's cold.
My former comment still stands.
Go home.
No thanks.
A cool bad boy persona with potential for growth goes a long way in selling Jess as a partner, but this mainly translates to a relationship defined by poor communication, several angry and jealous outbursts, and frequent acts of disregard and disrespect.
You're being a jerk to my grandmother, too.
Hey, I'm doing my best. If that means I'm being a jerk, then that's what I am. I didn't even want to come.
No one made you.
You made me.
Despite maturing considerably towards the end of the show's run, Jess is still a horrible boyfriend to Rory during season 3. Number 7, Lucas Scott, One Tree Hill.
How could you do that?
How could you cheat on me with my best friend?
Lucas Scott is dreamy and a decent enough friend. It's just a shame that Lucas doesn't show as much regard to his girlfriends.
I never meant to hurt you.
That doesn't really matter, Lucas. Because in the end, it all hurts just the same.
Lucas has a crush on Peyton, a fact that persists regardless of who she's dating. While Lucas cannot be condemned for this attraction, the basketball player can be blamed for cheating on both Brooke and Lindsay. Lucas strung both partners along while secretly pining for Peyton, a sham that, in Lindsay's case, went all the way to the altar.
Lucas asked me to marry him.
While fine with Peyton, Lucas is a terrible boyfriend to just about anyone else. Number 6, Ray Pruitt, Beverly Hills 90210.
Okay, fine, tonight.
Donna, forget it. You got your friends. Go on back to them and have a good time.
An aspiring musician and a carpenter, Ray initially came across as soft-spoken, kind of nice, and a good fit for Donna. However, it did not take long for Ray to reveal another side to his personality, one that was insecure, quick to anger, and dishonest.
Ray, put yourself in his shoes.
Yeah, well, life's a bitch.
Along with cheating on Donna with Valerie, Ray also gets verbally and physically violent with his girlfriend. Ray repeatedly took out his frustration on Donna, apologized after the fact, before then repeating the cycle. For her own safety, Donna had to cut ties with Ray.
Ow, you're hurting me!
You're gonna listen to me. Donna! Donna!
Number 5, Jackson Whittemore, Teen Wolf.
You know what else sounds fun? Stabbing myself in the face with this fork.
In certain ways, both Jackson and Lydia were using each other to cement themselves at the top of the food chain at Beacon Hills High School.
Jackson, can you look at me for half a second?
Although the couple's relationship slightly improves towards the end of season 2, Jackson's insecurities made him a pretty terrible boyfriend to Lydia.
Lydia, we're not getting back together.
What?
And just because I kept you from bleeding out on the field once, don't expect me to come running every time you start screaming.
I never
I'm
said.
not responsible for you.
Jackson's ego is so fragile, Lydia has to walk on eggshells to keep her boyfriend from feeling threatened. At one point, the lacrosse player even dumps Lydia via text and describes his girlfriend as deadweight, all because Jackson couldn't stand the fact that Scott was now the alpha male on campus.
What the hell is this?
Wow, Lydia, in preparation for some big changes, I've decided to drop some of the dead weight in my life. And you're just about the deadest.
Number 4, Ezra Fitz, Pretty Little Liars.
I'd like to know more about you.
Yeah. I'd like to know more about you too.
Ezra is Arya's high school English teacher. What else needs to be said? Even if the teacher was oblivious during the couple's first makeout session, Ezra should have immediately broken off their relationship after realizing that Arya is just a teenager.
Holy crap.
Well, as it so happens, Ezra was using Arya to spy on all the liars and learn more about Allison. Why? Well, the teacher wanted to write a novel based on the girl's disappearance.
Did you know who I was when we met?
Yes, I did. I knew who all of you were. And that's why I applied to teach at Rosewood.
Pretty Little Liars does a great job selling these two as an in-love couple, but that does not change the fact that Ezra raises all the red flags and continues to do so even after they get engaged.
When I think about how I defended you to my family and my friends, and the whole time you were using me.
Number 3, Charles Chuck Bass, Gossip Girl.
I have no one to turn to but you.
Actually, you don't even have me.
Thanks to being handsome, charismatic in a bad boy sort of way, and also really rich, Chuck Bass could commit murder and still be granted another chance to turn things around.
You held a certain fascination when you were beautiful, delicate, and untouched.
Make no mistake though, Chuck is not only an awful boyfriend, but also a terrible human being. While far from perfect, Blair deserves better than a guy who, at one point, trades his girlfriend for a hotel.
I did what I had to win.
No.
I can't let my feelings cost me all that I've built.
Chuck is manipulative, vindictive, arrogant, and hides behind a wall of money and social rank to avoid having to take responsibility for his actions.
Because I love you.
That's too bad.
Number 2, Nate Jacobs, Euphoria.
Did you do it? Not really.
Euphoria takes a realistic look at the darker side of adolescence, touching on subjects such as addiction, self-destructive behavior, and identity issues. East Highland High School's star quarterback Nate Jacobs is rich, popular, and prone to violent outbursts. Euphoria doesn't hide the fact that Nate and Maddie's relationship is toxic, which makes it even more frustrating when the two get back together after breaking up.
I'm sorry I got so angry at you before. I'm sorry.
When things are going perfectly to plan, Nate can play the part of the ideal boyfriend. However, if the quarterback's masculinity is questioned, Nate tends to respond by physically hurting his girlfriend or engaging in a touch of blackmail.
God, are you broken inside? And that's precisely why I don't trust you. Because you're so broken, you don't even trust yourself.
Before we unveil our worst number 1 pick, here are a few honorable, or in this case, dishonorable mentions.
Why are you like this?
Like what?
Like how you are?
So leave.
You're not doing anything, are you?
Doing anything?
You shouldn't be doing?
No.
You got a funny look in your face. Are you doing something you shouldn't be doing with someone besides my daughter?
What? No.
Are you thinking about doing something with someone else besides my daughter?
What, you mean somebody like Adrian?
Well, then I don't get it. If you don't want to be with her forever, then what's the point?
The point is, I want her to want me, desperately, so I can break up with her and subject her to the same hell she's been putting me through.
So I messed around with Maxie a bit. So what? He was bored, I was bored, Michelle was bored, and now we're not. And she's gonna feel so good when she gets me back.
What are you doing? How could you?
Sorry.
What? You got caught?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Bryce Walker. 13 Reasons Why. Describing Bryce as a bad boyfriend might be the understatement of the century.
I knew what she wanted. You knew what she wanted, and yet when she went to the school counselor and reported that she had been assaulted, that was a lie?
Correct.
Even if focusing solely on the character's relationship with Chloe, which is hard to do considering what happens to Jessica and Hannah, Bryce still comes across as a cruel bully who is not on speaking terms with consent or empathy.
When I think about my mom or my girlfriend...
Guys, Chloe took off.
I would never want anyone to hurt them. And I never hurt Hannah.
Through a mix of fear and emotional manipulation, Bryce coerces Chloe into silently surrendering to her boyfriend's whims.
You don't remember Bryce asking for your consent, correct?
No, I do. I remember that now. We were drinking, so I'd forgotten, but... But I wanted to.
Bryce is a criminal who treats Chloe as less than human, someone who exists merely to satisfy his desires. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.